Hello, 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 welcome back. Yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it and let's finish this Archon quest. And I think we left off when, yeah, everything's flooded and then unflooded, and surprisingly everyone's safe. I know there's still casualties, but they like they picture it like it's not a big deal because look, there's like the city's fine, everything looks fine and dandy, and well, let's just go to the fortress, I guess, and see what's happening there. So far, the story is amazing, immaculate. I love Furina. After this Archon quest, I want to like jump straight into the story quest and let's see what's
Wow,
going
guess
to
we're here
happen.
again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Agreed.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Hey.
Duke, did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Not with your entourage of robots.
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
Ooh.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Hey.
Of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey. Ooh. I wonder, please, 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 please. They're on good terms, please.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steam?
I shipped them so hard. It's insane.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Come on, you two are still in denial.
Please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
Hey.
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend.
Like a prophet.
Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Yeah. What happened?
Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
She really does know how to see separate all their worth. Yeah.
Know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Hey. A couple?
Did you really have to use the word couple?
Oh my god. Come on, you two.
Solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before.
Yeah.
Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
No, I'm fine. I'm good.
Siegeween.
I'm actually fine.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Hey.
Oh, sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Did you do so cute?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
Oh, and also, I want to see the two Bob brothers. Bob something brothers. Yeah, I want to see those guys again.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jerrier? Miss Lurvine?
Hey.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two.
Humble as always. You walk with wisely for a while and share news
I
from.
see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
You
Okay.
sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As
Okay.
to what Miss Furina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Yeah. Like everyone knows now Furina's not the Archon.
Shoot's done.
So the law is basically not valid.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
Hey.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
Ooh. And also I think I'm going to change my like what do you call that? I'm just gonna move here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, is this fine? Well, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this should like change some stuff. Yeah.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate.
Yeah.
Ronstadt's water is
Uh-huh.
crisp and pure,
Yes.
while water from Liyue has
Okay,
an
Nubilet.
enduring aftertaste.
Got it.
In Inazuma, the
Uh-huh.
water
Okay, let's just go then. Hey.
It's over.
What's happening? Why is it over? Head to Romanian Harbor. Down here? Hey. And also I need to get the glider. I need to get the glider. Oh, Furminaa'aa.
They really are here. How did
Hey.
you know?
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Okay.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Hello.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
Trick a
Okay.
friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
I wonder. Me?
You could just make
You're
a
trying to trick me? Why?
Isn't that right, Furminaa'aa?
Is this what you meant by I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Aren't you adorable?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
You sure are working hard to help Furminaa'aa socialize.
Yeah.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
So like that was suit him.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Furminaa'aa himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him, too.
Ooh.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
The photo is okay. Scratch that. The knave and her like children is growing on me,
My, that Charlotte
and
is
also
rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone.
the story makes me like change perspective of the Fatui now,
So, how have things been, traveler?
and I hope it stays like this and doesn't change to the for the worse.
Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events.
Mm-hmm.
She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
Well, where is she then?
So, what's she doing now?
Yeah,
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well,
what happened?
after Lady Furina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift. Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Yes. Yeah, but what a genos, yeah.
Irresponsible?
I agree. What is Nubilis thinking?
Also heard that it seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
Yeah, I wanna know what's new.
Some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
Yeah, I wanna talk with Nubilet.
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the Fortress of Maquerade a while back.
Okay.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from...
Oh, okay.
I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
Well, I guess I can now call him one of my war buddies.
When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
But wait, Child's vision is still with us.
Shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Ooh, stalking. Mona? Oh, the knave.
Father,
Hey.
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Okay.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes.
Okay.
Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks.
Okay.
Switching my masks is something I've always done.
Will you keep to your position?
Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
Actually, I just remember something. Please help us deliver this.
Vision.
Oh, Child's vision.
I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
Charlotte, quick!
Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Oh my god, Charlotte's getting all the scoop today.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
Yeah.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians. And our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
Oh, I thought Charlotte is gonna take the Nave's picture.
Quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Bye bye.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence.
Do tell.
Even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon.
Ooh, magic pocket. What that do?
Things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets.
Yeah.
I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends.
I don't know what serendipity is, but I hope it's good.
All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Hey, happy good day to you too.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte, huh? Shall we go see her nevertheless?
Yes, 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 yes. And also, can I finally upgrade my fountain level? And also, I want to like find all of the thingies. Thingies? What do you call them again? Yeah, basically thingies. Whoop. But then again, I can only upgrade once. Wait, hold on. Do I have the gems to summon? No. Do I have the... No. Let's see what's in the bag.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
He's still standing there? Well... Ew. Are we fighting? I don't know why this place looks like a boss fight.
So you really are here, Neverland?
Ew.
You were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Hello.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney.
Oh my god.
He took the time
So
to
sharp.
meet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Yes. Like, why did you give the gnosis away?
Glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
Yeah. Too deep, I think.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Let's sigh softly before telling you to the question what he saw that day. Okay. Who saw the family present this rain and let's perform the safe fountain? Yes.
So that's what happened?
I only saw Furina part myself.
The Lord destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign.
Yeah.
Still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element.
Okay.
Athenians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics.
Okay.
So long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet.
Ooh.
In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
You can do that? Well, aren't you basically a god now?
Ursula must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
Basically, this whole Fontainian's fate is in Nubilet's hand. Thank God Nubilet has a change of heart.
It seems from your expressions.
I mean, has a good heart.
You wish to ask.
Yes.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
I showed that it was best on first.
Investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young.
Yes.
There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I can't say.
Guess Focalor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Oh, yes.
Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask
Yeah.
away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
What Fontaine's future?
About that, Risley said Furina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Furina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House.
Yeah, where is she now?
Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest.
Yes, of course.
Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal.
Yeah.
Now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
Yeah.
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
Ooh, still a judge.
Dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its
Okay.
last judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person.
Ooh, aren't you responsible?
Fortunately, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Ooh.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very useful.
I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About Fontaine's Genosis.
Oh, that's right. They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something.
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis.
Okay.
Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis.
There's one, yeah.
Laboratories has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
Quite level-headed thinking.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
And the next stop.
You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far
Okay.
as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is also the nation of war.
Ooh.
War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the knave that I believe may be useful to you.
That
The
is.
harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
The captain. The mask guy, right?
Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
True that.
Suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you.
Is it 5.0?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
But the next stop. Okay.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Ooh. What words? What happened? Wait. Please don't crash.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet? Whoa!
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
Same.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you.
So you're the reason why it was given away.
Live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
Where are you going then?
Third descender you refer to. Who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Aren't you very, like, inclined?
Next time. You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
Hmm. Wait, what? We're in a domain? Wait, what's happening again?
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the no-sees actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
Huh. But why do we, like, leave her upright? There she mentioned one of them. I'm the fourth descender. For me, this refers in two things. One, that the Genshin are related to descender, and two, that the one who came before me is already dead.
I guess that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Am I a Gnosis?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy.
I still don't know what Paimon is.
Comparing the traveler to the dead third descender and all.
Don't worry, I won't die so easily.
But this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
All right. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Hey.
All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose
Yeah.
that would be the mystery of a god's will.
Can rest the will of the
I
gods?
suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Hey. We finished the quest. Hey, Niblet. Hey, buddy.
Seems from your expressions that you still have more. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Okay.
Suggest that you fully prepare.
Okay. We're done here. Get this. And... Whoops. Yeah. We have a story quest. And all in all, I'm happy. And I'm gonna summon... Well, apparently the weapon... Her weapon for this... Well, it's good. Yes, but like, I wanna see... just... Did I just summon... Where did I summon? Oh. Oh, I got one. Okay. Whew. Why even bother? Okay, let's just go then. No, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna do Furina's quest. Hey. The little ocean. Oh, let's just go there then. I wonder what Furina's doing. I hope she's fine, she's healthy, she's happy, she's... Yeah, basically, she's...
It's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps?
The more the clear, the better.
We're worth it. For quality work and speedy results, choose Paimon and the Traveler!
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see.
Yeah.
Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the
Mm-hmm.
requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role.
Ooh. Sounds like Furina's going
The
to
troupe
be
has also
this...
been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
Yeah.
Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Okay, first come to mind is Furina, but I think she is traumatized. I mean, why wouldn't I? I have to act like 500 years.
Got it.
If I were her, I'm probably not gonna act anymore.
Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
Mm,
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there.
oh,
Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
got it.
Approved, let's go.
Hey.
Hello there, are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Wait.
Oh, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already.
I mean, I hope.
Neither of us have any experience in musicals, but we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Yeah.
I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame. That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out.
Yeah.
Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actors can't make it.
The leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
10 mil.
Please,
Ooh.
there's no need to go that
I have so much money, Paimon.
wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor. And I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
How do we find someone? Yeah.
If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... You know who?
Good minds think alike. I was thinking of that.
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now. She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous. Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
Why?
Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But
Yeah.
even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's
Yeah.
still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
Are you prepared to do whatever it takes?
Yes, huh. Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Oh, I want to see a mellow out Furina. Let's go and I'll be checking her anyway.
For your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
Right.
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Eavesdropping. Hey, Catherine.
When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed.
Hey.
It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
I feel like we need so much like negotiation. Like, how do I put this? Isn't it a bit weird? Basically just telling her like, hey, I know you've been acting for like 500 years. Wait, where is she living now? Right here? In this quarters? I've actually never like walked to this. Oh wait, no, never mind. There's the... Okay, scratch that. I have walked in this area, but I've never actually like...
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here?
If I were Furina, I'd probably run.
Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
Yeah.
No, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
Oh, she's adorable. Hello, Furina is the best.
I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
Don't you get sick of macaroni every day?
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Wait, macaroons, right? Macaroni? Wait, is macaroni is the pasta one. Macaroons is that like sweet top and bottom thing.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all your own cooking now?
How rude. Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity.
Ah, you have still the Hydro Archon part in you still.
It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre faucilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
How do you say that without getting your tongue twisted? La lettre foslor. The blubber prof. I give up.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Yes.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace.
Oh my god. Of course not. What are you... No.
First, be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry, we're sorry. Please don't be mad.
Paimon is showing concern for your well-being.
Yeah, exactly what the traveler said. Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
We actually came here to ask you for your help.
Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Yeah.
It's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
You're the only person for the job.
Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now. So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific?
To tell Furina what the true plan for his final performance, yeah.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
Why? What? Furina, I'm not that evil.
After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine.
You still are.
All the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities.
I'm waiting for the butt.
But
Yeah.
given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
What happened?
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage. Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character
Yeah, traumatized.
an indelible mark on me.
I agree.
Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again.
Yeah.
But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
How you really feels.
Paimon can understand.
Yes, of course. Dude, I would. If I were her, I'd probably be sick seeing a stage.
Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross.
Stand your guard, stand your ground, queen.
If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place.
Hey, set your boundaries, queen.
So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point, okay.
Yeah.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Aren't you? Oh my god, Furina! Assume.
Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
You shouldn't assume the worst for people, yeah.
I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Oh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Still have pride.
Well, is there a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
The drama runs deep.
It's alright, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
That's right, come up with a plan B.
I guess that's all we can do now. Alright then, we'll see you around, Furina!
If I know her, she's probably going to think about this for a long.
I'm going home to take a rest now.
The two ladies, the grandma and some ladies, keep staring at the glass. Festival, yeah.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Furina's
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
Oh, wouldn't you say, Paimon? Of course. Of course. Come on.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
Yeah, very personal reason.
Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Imagine if we had managed to convince her to join only for her to find out she's no longer needed.
She'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
Only joking, calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly.
The doctor. Trigger warning.
Until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
Aww.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Paimon, wait here a second.
Sure.
Ah.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me. Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's very predictable, aren't you, Furina?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned. That's all.
Yeah.
When you came
Sure.
to me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Then why didn't you just show for yourself?
Really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you?
Hehe.
I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearances case.
Oh no.
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah.
After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can, but despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing, but ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Yeah, it sucks. It actually really sucks. This is too real. Moving on. That's so sad, yeah.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Furina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway.
Are you going to be their director?
Provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely! We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director.
We're not so kind.
Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
They came pouring out and flow away into infinity.
Interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Ah! Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
I'll do it.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna just playing as Furina in this quest. Cause why not? Where are we going? What? No. Oh, let's just walk there. Oh, thank God for sparklies. I've actually never walked like in the city. So I'm not that great of maneuvering this. But I hope I won't get lost. Wait, do we need to change some clothing? Yeah. Then where is this vision came from? In Furina's person. Ah, this is probably going to tell us like where her vision came from and all. Ew. Where are we? What is this place? Hello. Ah. It's actually very comfy.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant.
Ooh.
These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
Yeah. Hello.
That was the trial of the century.
Hog.
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director.
Ooh.
One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Finding an actor was the least of your problems, yeah.
We've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about.
Okay.
The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
Is this a Little Mermaid? Is this Little Mermaid? Oh my God, this is a Little Mermaid story, isn't it?
She longed to live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect. But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
Like someone I know.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
Yes, what happened?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
Watch The Little Mermaid. Not the adaptation, the 19 something one.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
Ooh.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him.
Ooh, what happened to him?
The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop!
Aww.
Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing.
I know why I like her so much. Her personality is just like Aru from Blue Archive. I love Aru so much.
But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense.
Well, somewhat. Somewhat?
Check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
I wonder what's Navia's doing. Oh, I need... Oh... Is something wrong?
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So I
Obvious.
to Poisson.
Oh, are you blaming yourself, Furina? Don't be. Okay, let's just teleport there, I guess. Poisson. Everyone, some poisson. Wanna eat some croissant? Poisson. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Poisson. I want her wings so bad. I haven't played Genshin in like 1 year. And thank God I get back. There's Fontaine, because my God, this story is, like I said many times, amazing. I now implore you to play this.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Hello.
Who is it? It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
Dude, why did you tell like?
As expected, he's missed the deadline.
Oh.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Yeah.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed.
Oh, FurinaaaA!
But sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So you're here for Palo? Looks like you could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet?
Oh.
We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do.
Can you two be friends? Like the best of friends? Like totally besties?
And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done.
I agree. Navia, like always, 100% base.
Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Yeah, actually, 500 IQ thinking.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me.
Not gonna lie, I want to pull for her, but I don't have any money. And also, I don't want like, okay, I want to build my Sino team. I have Sino, Yolan, and also yesterday I got Baiju, so yeah, they're probably it, but I don't have Nahida. So I've been still thinking about this. Got it, Navia. Thank you.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Ah. Wait, you have these friends! Lego! Yeah, of course.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems.
Yeah. Oh my god, this resonates.
You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept.
I'm sure some people didn't find obvious why.
I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
Maybe you've taken a bit too much in one go, yeah. Maybe we have to take it slow.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Furina resonate with me so much.
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Yeah, there's not staying quiet either.
Time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Wait, where's my entourage? Wait, where am I going? Oh yeah, this is the place. I mean, yeah, I get it. If I were like these people, I'll probably resent her too.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll, and here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Yeah. This is all I want to see.
Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves.
I can I can feel Furina's pain so much. It hurts. I love her so much.
Their responsibilities. And I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
You get your freedom as your reward. Because now you can finally speak your heart. You don't have to be anxious and alone anymore.
I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
What my mom meant to say was she doesn't like to see you so down.
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
I'm gonna need to learn how to speak. Console better? No, I think Paimon was in the right also. What a conundrum.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
You're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too, like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
Paimon, stop.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore. I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage.
Also, I'm sorry, I haven't talked. Being a streamer is hard, but I want to like indulge in this story.
The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes.
What happened?
The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it, and investigate the truth of the matter together.
Okay.
In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Yeah.
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis.
Ooh. Are you an amazing story writer, Paulo?
Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me.
What?
You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues
Oh.
on its path to extinction?
Oh my god.
Sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director O'Reilly's death, both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director O'Reilly had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world. Yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Navia's uncle sucks. Fashe, yeah.
The way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggests that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen. It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief.
Mm-hmm.
I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Maybe, maybe he knows something.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with O'Reilly.
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners.
Okay. I mean, it's better this way.
Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Oh, Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face.
Yeah.
We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do.
Oh.
Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
Allons-y. Allons-y. What's allons-y? Where is Vermont? Wait, is this closer than this? Yeah. Also, maybe there's some chests have been like missing. And also, I'm going to find all the this thing. Hydroculus.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Ooh. Where are we going actually?
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into indemnitium. Miss Furina said so herself.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
I like how the slime is like standing there looking at us like, what is going?
Secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie. This doesn't require god level fortune. You know any self defense. C'est la vie.
Indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Furina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
Yeah. Also, I got slime. But first, like just this, heal up, and let's make this, and bang, bam. Wait, can I beat you up with only? Wait, this is, what am I doing? This is ice. Dang it.
Stabilize.
Wind, hear me. Let the world come alive.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. And for the ending, bang. Bang.
Good show. You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Where are we going? This isn't.
Are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello.
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
Delphi explained the whole sequence of events so far to the
You think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamant, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamant. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show.
Vilmon, are you the reason that she died?
It cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized
It's a primordial seawater.
in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
In this state of before.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
You brought the director. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap a murderer.
I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean, you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see your face again.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal
Oh
point.
my god, this is getting intense.
You're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life,
I saw a time trial.
wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
I love this story too. Oh my god.
And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Ooh.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray.
I agree.
The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
It would actually be possible to find out more about her fate.
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
Hey. This is hard, heavy stuff. And also, there's a time trial. I want to do it now. But I do need to change my team. Okay, wait, hold on. I wanna do this. Trust. Official. Yeah. Where are we going? Wait. I almost fell down. Wait, that's it? Well, okay then. And also, what is this teleporter? Okay, official. Whatever you say, buddy. Where is this thing going? Huh. Where are we going? Huh. Wait. Okay, so basically we need to do this every time we pass? I presume? Yeah. Oh my god. We make it? Yeah, we made it. Huh? Where did it go? Where? Oh, okay. Wait, did I already done this quest? Huh. I think I already did. I actually don't remember. Well, let's just go to the story quest area. Wait, I need to change. Up. Yeah, I need to use Lady Furina here. Hello. Hello. Hey, the former troop director belongs in the palace. Looks for the former troop director's belongings in the Palace Mormonia.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application.
Oh.
Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
Okay. Visit New Village. Citizens have to retrieve the box.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women.
Ooh.
If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
Vacher took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
Yeah.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off.
There's something wrong?
Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Someone else was taken. That makes 6 or 5 to 7. Someone tried to escape yesterday but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not a long lost since. Already, I don't know if I write this any how much longer I can do. I can only see my fate. But drives to even more is the thought of seeing others from the true fear. Have I truly protect them? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I can write no more. Think I have a fever and my old stomach trouble have returned, but nobody has given me any medicine. But I'm more fortunate than Gracie. The pain keeps her awake all night. They think that anything goes so long as a rental that you can abuse up before they die. It's so damp here. I've given her my blanket so cold, so cold, so cold. All thankful, but there will be for her. I like to tell them such things, but also I'm losing my grip. Hide them important place farewell, but let perform future regret which absolute mess and the right perspectives have wanted to represent random. That from this right onward, the diary stopped, replaced with lyrics of music was overflow. The name was Penelope. Okay.
She was so terrified.
Yeah, she was a good resolve fighting part of her and relate to her own death and
She
silence.
may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Going through the notebook, the lyric considered over one page has been torn apart. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You'll face suffering and loneliness is really what you want because I'm an old sister to them. I love them.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this still what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love. And she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Yeah. Dude, the story's insane. Genshin, why is Genshin a free game? How is this free? Oh my god. Yeah. Fontaine makes me love Genshin again. And reading through the notebooks, some of the lost words, some were with bitterly, and some graded and how with rage. Last happens for the group with comment and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance, to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director O'Reilly and her alone.
Then it seems like we
Yeah.
reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Don't underestimate my
Yeah.
experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Cool.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that O'Reilly's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
No, that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Go big or go home.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you? I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nerilette. I know just where to find him. Hey, look at that! Looks like I guessed right.
Hey.
You were just guessing.
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, Traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
Here's our along with the backstory.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the Little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are.
Yeah.
In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist Cleo are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
I agree with Nubilat on this one.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions. Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Yeah.
You are very welcome.
Yeah.
Many people were once enthralled by Lady Furina's performances, myself included. I hope that one day she'll be able to understand that our appreciation was always sincere.
Yeah. Dude, I want to see Furina perform on stage.
Yep. Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a free stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast.
Yes. Oh my god, I can't wait. I want to skip, but I want.
And make this show the best it can be.
Yeah.
This is truly wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
Yeah.
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
Yeah.
Even though Furina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up!
I'm really looking forward to the final production.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Yeah.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Furina's the director at heart. This is an amazing picture. Wait, did someone change her hair? Oh, Debbie changed her hair.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only...
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage!
Why does it have to be now?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now. Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
Oh yeah, I forgot dolphins have a
How could you
sickness.
do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Miss Furina, I'd like to make a request of you.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done.
Wow, we're gonna see Furina's performing! Oh my god, I'm
But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets. Myself included. Leave it to
Yeah.
me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
Yeah.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, This show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
Come on.
It's her pure heart. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Well said. I
Yeah.
leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Furina's got this. I want to see the cutscene.
Is she here yet?
Must she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Oh my god, this cutscene is amazing!
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Why are we on stage? I'm sorry.
Who was that lady Furina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice.
But if you didn't do this, you're probably gonna regret it.
Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so it was Furina after all.
She's back.
he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yeah.
I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
At most, you might be asked to sign a few autographs. Like,
Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
yeah.
Can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? The audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went.
Hey, got a vision.
We can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
And also, the vision has a pointy thing on it. Or maybe I'm being delusional. And also, Furina singing is amazing. Truly an amazing story. I love her so much. Dude, if only my English is like immaculate, I can convey what my feeling about this story a little bit better. But yeah, this is an amazing story.
Ah, you're back.
Hey, I'm back.
She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
Don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it.
Yeah, you did.
Luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We never stop arguing with each other.
Hey.
So,
You remind me of someone.
after the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the Little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
Yeah.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
Yeah.
Frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go, until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all.
Yeah, just do whatever is right to you, yeah.
There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade.
Yeah.
Only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. To be honest, I was hoping like Furina's join us on our adventure, you know, to find self-discovery.
Stop running from your true calling.
Yeah.
Get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Next time I'll invite you to join me.
Then it's a deal.
Oh, maybe there's a chance. Maybe Furina's will we are like.
If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, of course.
There'll be plenty of opportunities in the future for us.
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as I'm done, thanks to all your help, but most of all,
Now that the buzz is worn off,
Wait.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as, and now that the gods have given me their blessing, is...
Thank you so much. It might turn out to be too late.
Wait, I want to know what happened to. Maybe I can find him. Maybe I can find him. And like. The outskirts again? Wait, let's just check. I think this is here. I hope there's Act 3 of this. Wait. Wait, where's the house again? Oh no, it was the spawn house, isn't it? Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, it was like a house that spawned because of the story. No. Well, I think that's all for today. Oh, what a great story. I really, really love Fountain. And yeah, that's probably the end of like this Genshin stream. Also, I wanted to try something for Furina again. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. leave a like, leave a comment, and all that stuff. And my god, Genshin is truly magical. I mean, I'm glad I...
For the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Well, okay then. As Furina said, it's time to say goodbye. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.